Hey, chickadees. I sure do miss you. I hope you're having a great week. I hope you enjoyed your day off of school Monday. It was a teacher work day for me. I did send your parents an email about the things that you need to be doing in your daily schedule this week. And I do have a little video for you. One thing that I thought was cool was that a lot of people are figuring out how to record themselves reading on Reading A to Z. So I'd love for you to try that. There's a little blue microphone in the top right corner when you go to Reading A to Z, and you can record yourself and then send the recording to me. So I'd love to hear you. I've heard a few people, and I hope you guys all have a great week of e-learning. I'll see you soon. Virtual hugs. Let's look at our calendar. This is our very last day of March, so next time we do our calendar, we'll be having our calendar for the next month. Does anybody know what comes after March? It's April, that's right. So we'll have our April calendar next time we have a calendar lesson. Okay, so let's look. Monday, we did not have school. It was a teacher work day. I was working, and I hope you got to do something fun. And so today is Tuesday, March 31st, 2020. Our weather today is sunny. Hope we get a sunny week for you guys to get to go outside and play. And we've been in school for 134 days. So here's our 100. Remember, 100 is 10 tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So 134. So that's 100, which is 10 tens, 3 tens, and 4 ones. All right, we're going to do a fact family today. We're going to look at our number bond over here to make our fact family. So let's see. Let's look at this part, and then we'll find the whole. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 4 rectangles. 1, 2. We have 2 triangles. And when we find our total, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Our total is 6. So now let's look at our addition sentences. We've got 2 ways to do them. We've got 4 rectangles plus 2 triangles, and our total is 6. Our answer when we add is called the sum. So let's look back at this equation. 4 plus 2 equals 6. You can see them right here. 4 plus 2 is 6. Now let's find the related fact. I bet you guys know it. All we have to do is change the order of these add-ins right here. So instead of 4 plus 2, the related fact is 2 plus 4. And the answer when we add is called the sum. 2 plus 4 is 6. Okay, now for our subtraction sentences for our fact family, we start with the biggest number, and our total here is 6, and that's going to be the biggest number. And our answer when we subtract is called, our answer when we subtract is called the difference. And now every time we subtract one of these, our answer is going to get smaller. So one of these groups or one of these parts, every time we subtract one of these parts, our answer is going to get smaller. So let's see. Okay, so let's start with 6 minus 4. Let's take away the rectangles first. So let's see. 6 minus 4. So let's take away the rectangles first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 6 minus 4, and we have our 2 triangles left. Do you see? 6 minus 4 equals 2. Okay, now let's clear that away. And let's now subtract the triangles. Let's subtract the other part. 6 minus 2. And I bet you know what we'll get because we've been having these same fact family numbers. So 6 minus 2. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 left. Isn't that amazing? I love fact families, how they work out so neatly. Okay, so look, we have all the same numbers. We've got 4, 2, and 6 in all of our equations for our fact family. And you can see that really easily with our number bond. So let's look. Let's go back and read all of our equations. 4 plus 2 equals 6. 2 plus 4 equals 6. And remember, the answer when we add is called the sum. And when we add our sum, our answer always gets bigger because we're finding more. We're finding the total. We're adding the two parts together. Now this time we're starting with our total, we're starting with our bigger number, and we're going to take the parts away, and we're going to see how many we have left. When we subtract, our answer always gets smaller, and we subtract, the answer is called the difference. So let's read both of our equations. 6 minus 4 equals 2. 6 minus 2 equals 4. And that's the thing I love about the fact families. We have those same three numbers in all of our equations. Hey guys, I have a subtraction story for us to read. So I'm going to read this to you, and while we're reading, we have some equations that we're going to work on. So first, let's look at the title, Where's My Fish? And if you'll look, you can see that the characters in the story right here, one character is a bear and one is a duck, and they have a bucket of fish. Okay, so let's start reading. Zach has 4 fish. Maria wants a fish, so Zach gives her 1 fish. Now Zach has, how many fish does Zach have? So he started with 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you see them? Let me put a little dot on each one. It's kind of hard to see, but let me put just a tiny little dot on each of the fish. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we started with 4 fish. That's how many Zach started with. And then he gave Maria 1 because it says Maria wants a fish. So let's fill in our equation for this. 4, that's how many he had. He gave 1 to Maria. Now, how many does he have left? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then take away 1 is how many? 4 minus 1. Can you see how many he has left in his bucket now? 1, 2, 3. So 4 minus 1 equals 3. So now Zach has 3 fish. Okay, 4 minus 1 equals 3. Ben wants a fish. So Zach gives him 1 fish. Now Zach has, okay, so he started with 3 because he already gave 1 away. He started with 3 and he gives 1 to Ben. So how many does he have left in his bucket? Let's count and see. 1, 2. So 3 minus 1 equals 2. So let's go back to our sentence. Now Zach has 2 fish. Okay, now remember, when we subtract, does our answer get bigger or smaller? Let's look. So we started with 3, and now he has only 2 left, and 2 is smaller than 3, right? So when we subtract, our answer gets smaller. All right, so he's down to 2 fish now. All right, then Sarah flies away with 1 fish. It falls deep into the lake. Now Zach only has how many fish? Let's look. So he had 2, and Sarah got 1 and flew away, but she dropped it in the lake. Let's look. How many does he have left in his bucket? Can you see? There's just 1. So let's look. 2 minus 1 equals 1. So now Zach only has 1 fish. Remember, the answer when we subtract is called the difference. 2 minus 1 equals 1, and our answer always gets smaller. Okay, so this is a little bit different. Let's look at our last page. Zach, Maria, and Ben meet to eat. So they each had 1 fish, except for Sarah because she's a bird. She dropped hers. Zach, Maria, and Ben meet to eat. Together, they have how many fish? But Sarah has only a worm. So let's look and see. So Zach has 1 fish, so that's 1, plus Maria has 1 fish, and Ben has 1 fish. So let's see. 1 plus 1 plus 1. Let's count and see how many are left. 1, 2, 3. 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 3. So let's look right here. Together they have 3 fish. Now we're looking for how many fish there are. Do we count the worm? We don't. Don't count the worm as a fish. Okay, guys, now we're going to practice some subtraction. I want you to do this like we're doing it in our day book, our math journal at school. And this is just a little bit of extra practice. So let's look at the star at the top, and you'll see 4 counters. And then it says to take away 1. So they crossed out 1, and we see that 4 take away 1 is, and then you'll see how many are left. Let's count 1, 2, 3. So now let's look at our equation. And we've got 4 take away 1 is 3. And the way we write that as an equation is 4 minus 1 equals 3. Okay, now let's go look at the next one. Okay, so the first number is what we start with, how many cubes we started with. So let's count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 5, and it says to take away 2. So we cross out 2, 1, 2. 5 take away 2 is, now let's see how many are left. Let's look. How many are not crossed out? 1, 2, 3. 5 take away 2 is 3. And let's do that as an equation. Start with the first number, how many cubes we started with. 5 minus 2 equals 3. So 5 take away 2 is 3. 5 minus 2 is 3. The answer when we subtract is called the difference. And when we subtract, does our answer get bigger or smaller? Our answer gets smaller, less as we subtract because we're taking things away, we're crossing them out. Okay, on our last one, number 3, we start with 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take away 2. We've got 2 crossed out. So 6 take away 2 is, let's look and see. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many are left? 4. So 6 take away 2 is 4. Now let's do our equation. 6, that's how many we started with, minus 2 equals 4. Okay, now I've got some more for you to practice on the next page. It's kind of hard to see our animals up here, so I made counters for us to try, and we will cross them out the best that we can. So we've got 5 minus 2. So first we start with 5 cats here, and then 2 of them run away. So we're getting fewer. So let's see. Here's our 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to take away 2. 1, 2. And how many do we have left? So we have 5 cats and 2 run away. Let's see how many we have left. 1, 2, 3. We've got 3 left. 5 minus 2 equals 3. Okay, so let's see. We've got 6 birds perched up on the branch and 3 fly away. So let's see. Here's our 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 3 fly away. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. How many are left? 1, 2, 3. Good. 6 take away 3 equals 3. Okay, so we have 7 frogs sitting on a lily pad, sorry. 7 frogs sitting on a lily pad, and 4 of the frogs hop away. So let's see how many we have. Here's our 7 frogs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 frogs, and 4 of them hop away. 1, 2, 3, 4. And how many do we have left? 1, 2, 3. That's right. 7. Where is it here? Here it is. 7 minus 4. Oh, look, we've got all 3's left. That's kind of interesting, huh? 7 minus 4 equals 3. All right, let's look at the next one. Got a little basket of puppies. That would be the best day ever. Here's a basket of puppies, and then some of them leave. And then let's see how many we have left. I'm going to point to the little puppies. It's kind of hard to see, but I've got our counters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've got 8 puppies. That's how many we started with. 8 puppies. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them run away. These puppies like to run. Okay, let's look. Here's our counters for our 8 puppies. Let's count them by twos. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, and then we have 5 that run away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And how many do we have left? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at that. Our difference is 3 again. 8 minus 5 equals 3. Okay, and for our last one, remember when we subtract, our answer gets smaller, and the answer when we subtract is called the difference. Okay, now it's really hard to see these ladybugs, but I'm going to point to them for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So here's our 9 ladybugs over here. 3, 6, 9. 9 ladybugs. So we started with 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 ladybugs fly away. All right, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are the 6 ladybugs that flew away. And how many ladybugs are left? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at that again. 3 is our difference. We've got the difference of 3 on all these problems. 9 minus 6 equals 3 because there's 3 left. Okay, let's go back up and we'll read all of our equations together. 5 minus 2 equals 3. 6 minus 3 equals 3. 7 minus 4 equals 3. 8 minus 5 equals 3. 9 minus 6 equals 3. Okay, now let me show you one thing. A really cool way to check your subtraction is with addition. So I'm going to get my highlighter out here, and we're going to go back, and we're going to check. Let's see, here's my highlighter. We're going to check some of these addition with, some of these subtraction problems with addition going backwards. Okay, so let's see. 3 plus 2. Let's see, what is 3 plus 2? 3, 4, 5 is 5. See, and if we go backwards, 3 plus 2 equals 5. We can check our addition with we can check our subtraction with addition. So 5 minus 3, 5 minus 2 equals 3. 3 plus 2 equals 5. And let's look at this one. 6 minus 3 equals 3. And then if we go backwards to check, 3 plus 3 equals 6. All right, you can do that sometimes. And we'll work on this some to do our fact families too, but I just kind of wanted to show you that that was cool. You could go forward, 5 minus 2 equals 3 to subtract, and backwards, 3 plus 2 equals 5 to check. Rhyme. It's by Eloise Greenfield. I think we've done this one one time in our reading lesson before, but I wanted to show you what it looked like on the book page, and then we're going to pick out some words that rhyme, and we're also going to count some syllables and count all the sounds and words when we get done. So rope, rhyme. Now I want you to think of a jump rope and like what it sounds like when it hits the ground, because that's kind of what this whole poem is about. So when you're jumping rope, you take the jump rope in your hands and you jump over it, and as it hits the ground, it kind of makes a slapping sound. So let's think of that slapping sound that as it hits the ground as we're reading. Rope rhyme. Get set, ready now, jump right in, bounce and kick and giggle and spin. Listen to the rope when it hits the ground. Listen to that clappity slappity sound. Jump right up when it tells you to. Come back down, whatever you do. Count to 100. Count by 10. Start to count all over again. That's what jumping is all about. Get set, ready now. Jump right out. Okay, so we're going to find a couple of rhyming words in our story today. So let me get my highlighter so we can highlight them. Okay. Get set, ready now, jump right in. Looking at sorry about that. It's not letting me highlight. Get set, ready now, jump right in. Bounce and kick and giggle and spin. Now, did you hear 2 words that have the same ending sound? In and spin. Very good. Okay, let's keep going. Listen to that listen to the rope when it hits the ground. Listen to that clappity slappity sound. So did you hear two other words that have the same ending sound? Ground and sound. Good. So looking at the end of the lines for our rhyming words. Jump right up when it tells you to. Come back down whatever you do. So to and do have the same ending sounds. They're rhyming words. Count to 100, count by 10, start to count all over again. 10 and again have the same ending sound. That's what jumping is all about. Get set, ready now, jump right out. About and out have the same ending sound. Okay, now let's go back and let's count some syllables in words. You can use your hand and put it under your chin and count how many times your mouth moves, or you can clap. Let's listen. Listen. That's 2 syllables. Let's do jump. Jump. Just 1. Let's do whatever. 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 It's got 3. Let's do jumping. 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 That's 2. Very good. All right, now let's say all the sounds in some words. Okay, let's do tells. Tells. L's. Let's do count. Count. Let's do set. At. Now, let's keep going. Okay, let's look at our morning message for today. Today is Tuesday, March 31st. It is the season called spring. Okay, I want you to think about what your favorite season is. And you can think about that as we're doing our morning message. And here are the different seasons. Spring, that's what season we're in right now. Everything's starting to bloom and the grass is getting green. And then after spring comes summer. And then after summer is fall. And after fall is winter. We've talked about this a lot, about how the seasons are kind of like a clock. It's spring, summer, fall, winter, spring, summer, fall, winter, and it just starts all over again. Spring, summer, fall, winter, spring, summer, fall, winter. And right now, my favorite season is spring because I love when everything's blooming. Let's read our morning message today, but you can think about what your favorite season is too. Today is Tuesday, March 31st. It is the season called spring. Miss Etheridge's favorite season is spring. And then here are all of our seasons: spring, summer, fall, and winter. Let's look for some sight words in our morning message. Do you see any? What's this one? Is, and there it is again. And there it is again. IS is. Okay. Do you see another one? What's that one? The. Good. And what's this one? It. Good. Is, it, is, the, is. Those are some of our sight words that we see in our morning message. Okay, we're going to look for words that have the same beginning sound. Okay, so let's look. What in the world? We're looking for words that have the same beginning sound. I think my highlighter moved or something when I saved. We're looking for words that have the same beginning sound. So let's look. Dust, dark, pink. Which words have the same beginning sound? You can even look and see these have the same letter at the beginning. D, d, d. So dust and dark have the same beginning sound. All right, let's look. Gate, join, June. Which words have the same beginning sound? Gate, join, June. Join and June have the same beginning sound. J, j. Let's look. Moth, nose, mane. Moth, nose, mane. Which words have the same beginning sound? Moth, mane have the same beginning sound. Tone, male, take. Tone, male, take. Tone and take have the same beginning sound. And look, they also have the magic E at the end to make the vowel say its name. Those are some long vowel words. Let's keep looking. Fail, love, line. Fail, love, line. Which words have the same beginning sound? Fail, love, line. Love and line. Right. Now we're looking for words that have the same ending sound. So we're not looking at the beginning sound like we were at the other ones. The ones that we just did, we looked at the beginning sound to see if they were the same. Now we're going to look at the ending sound to see if they're the same. So let's look at these. Jump, wrap, wand. Jump, wrap, wand. Jump and wrap have the same ending sound. Look right there at the end, you can see the P and the P. Jump, wrap. Okay, now we're going to keep looking for words that have the same ending sound. Weigh, wax, six. Weigh, wax, six. Let's look at the end of the words and see. Weigh, wax, six. Wax and six have the same ending sound. Train, storm, green. Train, storm, green. Train, green have the same ending sound. Brown, faint, beat. Brown, faint, beat. Do you see two words that have the same ending sound? T, t. Faint and beat have the same ending sound. Okay, now let's look at our short vowels and our long vowels. Now, short vowels, apple, ant, cat, and jam are the first vowels that we turned over when we were looking at our alphabet. When we learned all of our sounds, we learned short vowels first. Cat, jam. Now we're talking about long vowels that say their name, like apron, ape, game, and baby. Long vowels say their name. Sometimes we'll see a magic E at the end to make the vowel say its name. And we have a book to read with a lot of long vowels in a minute. And I also put that one on your reading A to Z so you can read it. But long vowels say their name. Short vowels, are different. That's the first ones that we turned over. Okay, so here's our little poem about long A. A's my name, two sounds I make. Short A in lamb, long A in cake. And you can hear a cake. You can hear the A say its name in cake. Lamb, like Pam the lamb, has the short vowel sound. Oh, here's our little song. A makes two sounds, A makes two sounds, A and I, A and I, A, apron, apple, A and I, A and I. So that's a little song you can remember the two sounds that A makes. Short A like apple and long A like apron when it says its name, apron. Okay, I couldn't get this to work last time, but now I can. So let's look through and we'll put the long A in these different words. Cake, ape, rake, and cage all have that long A sound. And you'll see this E, you'll see this magic E at the end makes the vowel say its name. Okay, now this time we're going to listen for long A, okay? I want you to do a thumbs up if you hear long A and thumbs down if you don't. Okay, so date, we do have a long A. Lamp, we do not. Okay, so we're going to practice like that. April, you hear long A? April, good. Uncle, do you hear long A? No. Apron, yes, that's a long A. Onion, no. Listen for long A. Age, yep, I hear A in age. Egg, No, I do not hear a long A in that one. Inch. No long A. Ache. Ache. Yes, I do hear long A in ache. 8. 8. Yes, I do hear long A. On. No. Oops. Eve. Eve. Do you hear long A in Eve? No. Amy. Amy. Do you hear A saying its name in Amy? Oh, now we're going to practice a little handwriting. And let's see. I'm going to just trace it with my mouse. Here's how you make a 1. Come right down, and that is all. Come right down, and that is all. Come right down, and that is all to make the numeral 1. We remember our numeral songs, and it's easy. Pick up your magic pencil finger, and you can just trace a straight line down. Start at the top, straight line down, all the way down. Let's see if I can use my pencil. Surely Miss Etheridge can make a straight line. Let's see. Straight line down. Not too great, but it's okay. Start at the top and straight line down. Come right down, and that's all to make numeral 1. And I know you can make yours a lot straighter than I can make these with my mouse. I know that you're practicing starting at the top and going to the bottom. Okay, now it's time for some sight words, and I'm going to give you just a second to read it, and then I'll tell you what it is. Up. 4. But. On. Him. Can. His. As. Have. To. At. Am. We. Of. Had. You. A. In. And. Go. I. Has. The. See. He. Called Snake and Ape. And you'll see this on your Reading A to Z assignments. You can go read it. Also, on Reading A to Z, if you want me to hear you read, you can click, there's a little blue microphone in the top right corner. You can click on that and it'll record. You can record yourself reading and send it to me, and I'd love to hear you reading. I just put for you to listen to this one because I want you to listen to it and find the vowel consonant E words like snake and ape. Okay, so let me click on it and it'll take us there. Okay, snake and ape. Snake and ape. In the jungle there lived a snake and an ape. The snake's name was Jake. The ape's name was Kate. You can see lots of those vowel consonant E words like snake and ape, Jake, name, ape, and Kate. Lots of those words. I want you to listen for the A as we read. Jake slept in a cave. He ate lots of frogs from the lake. Kate liked to play in a big fig tree. Kate ate lots and lots of figs from the tree. Kate and Jake liked the jungle. But they saw bad stuff in the jungle. Loggers were cutting down the trees. It makes me think of the Lorax story. What do you think about them cutting down the truffula trees? Jake came out of his cave. Kate came down from a tree. They came face to face. Jake said, "This place is not safe. We must take brave steps to save the jungle." "I do not like that they cut down the trees," said Jake. "And I do not like that they pave the lanes for their big trucks. "We must be brave. We must make them stop or it will be too late," said Jake. "I will take a plane to see the king of the apes for the sake of the trees." "He will make them stop," said Kate. "We apes need a place to live." That really makes me think of the Lorax speaking for the trees. What about you? Kate went to the gate of the king of the apes. She told the king that trees were being cut at a fast pace. "If it does not stop, apes will not have a safe place to live," Kate said. "The fate of the jungle is in your hands. You must stop them or it will be too late." The king of the apes saved the jungle. He made the loggers stop cutting down the trees. From then on, Jake and Kate were good mates. They liked to sit by the lake in the sun, and that's it. Okay, I do want to ask you, who were the main characters in our story, the main people or animals that were in the story? And that's Kate and Jake, right? Jake was the snake and Kate was the ape, and those were our main characters in the stories. We also had the king of the apes and the guy that was cutting down the trees. Okay, now let's think back. What happened at the beginning of the story? At the beginning of the story, when we found our characters, we saw that Snake and Ape loved living in the jungle, right? They slept there, they found their food to eat there, they liked to play. And then what happened in the middle of the story? There was a problem. What was our problem that we found in the middle of the story? That's right. People tried to start cutting down trees for roads and they didn't know what to do. So they wanted to think of a solution to their problem. What was their solution? Do you remember? Kate said she was going to go, right, on a plane to see the king of the apes. Now we know, now that we see this part, that this is a fiction story because we know that apes can't really go on planes. That's right. And they don't talk either. So we know that this is a fiction story, that it's made up. And the reason that the author made this story was so that we could enjoy it, so that we could maybe learn a lesson. And we'll talk about that at the end. All right, and what happened at the end of the story? Their solution was going to see the king of the apes, and then at the very end, the king of the apes made them stop cutting down the trees, right? And they lived happily ever after. They just got to enjoy each other in the jungle. Okay, and I guess the lesson that we learned in the story was not to cut down trees. We need to let the animals have their own habitats.